Welcome to U.S. Briefing. The content of the briefing includes IHSAA girls basketball, ranking Indiana's top 12 sophomores in 2026 class. Tom Emmer's speaker bid lasted only 4 hours, but late-night talk shows made fun of him all night. Sony Honda Mobility could procure EV batteries from U.S., President says. Insight, Qatar hostage mediators press Hamas on civilian releases diplomats, sources. Hong Kong's tax cuts seen as band-aid solution for home market. IHSAA girls basketball, ranking Indiana's top 12 sophomores in 2026 class. Yahoo! Indiana high school girls basketball, top players in 2026 class. Tom Emmer's speaker bid lasted only 4 hours, but late-night talk shows made fun of him all night. Yahoo! Late-night talk show hosts Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and guest host Jesus Nice addressed the failed nomination of Representative Tom Emmer as Speaker of the House by House Republicans. The hosts joked about Emmer's short-lived candidacy, his history of DUI infractions, and his previous Zoom meeting blunder. They also commented on the overall chaotic situation in Washington and the Republican Party's struggle to find a suitable candidate. Other notable moments from the late-night shows included a sketch with Fallon and Mick Jagger and Kimmel surprising his daughter with a ride to school with Olivia Rodrigo. Sony Honda Mobility could procure EV batteries from U.S., President says. Reuters. Sony and Honda's joint venture for electric vehicles may source batteries from the United States, where Honda is building a factory. Izumi Kawanishi, president of Sony Honda Mobility, made the comment during the Japan Mobility Show in Tokyo. Insight, Qatar hostage mediators press Hamas on civilian releases diplomats, sources. Reuters. Qatari mediators, in coordination with the U.S., have urged Hamas to speed up the release of women and children being held hostage in Gaza. The Gulf state is leading mediation talks with Hamas and Israeli officials over the release of more than 200 hostages captured in the Palestinian group's cross-border onslaught on October 7. Israel has launched a bombardment of Gaza in response, killing over 5,700 people. The U.S. wants to see all hostages released unconditionally and as soon as possible. Qatar has a direct line of communication with Hamas and Israel and has helped mediate truces between the two in the past. Hong Kong's tax cuts seen as band-aid solution for home market. Bloomberg. Hong Kong's worst property slump in 20 years is unlikely to be reversed by property tax cuts, according to property analysts. The city is having extra stamp duties for non-local buyers and residents who already own a home. Sellers are also now able to offload properties without paying tax after holding them for 2 years, down from 3 previously. However, property analysts say that the relaxation of cooling measures is unlikely to reverse the downward trend in home prices, and UBS expects home prices to fall by 10% next year. European shares slip on mixed earnings, energy stocks drag. Reuters. European shares declined on Wednesday as investors assessed a series of mixed earnings reports from the region. Energy firms also faced weakness due to lower crude prices. The Pan-European Stocks 600 index was down 0.1%. French luxury group Kering fell 4% after reporting a larger-than-expected drop in third-quarter sales. Frankfurt-listed shares of Alphabet dropped 6.5% after its cloud revenue missed estimates, while Microsoft rose 3% after beating quarterly sales expectations. Energy stocks slipped 0.4% as crude prices dipped on concerns about slowing European demand. U.S. orders immediate halt to some AI chip exports to China, says NVIDIA. The Guardian. The U.S. has accelerated the deadline for chip designer NVIDIA to impose new restrictions on the export of some of its high-end artificial intelligence (AI) chips to China. The company did not disclose the reason for the accelerated timing, but it does not expect an immediate impact on its earnings. The restrictions, announced by the Biden administration in October, aim to prevent countries such as China, Iran, and Russia from receiving advanced AI chips. The move affects NVIDIA's A800 and H800 chips, as well as the A100, H100, and L40S chips. Mexican Senate cancels trusts for judiciary worth over $800 million. Yahoo! Mexico's Senate has voted to terminate 13 trusts held for the judiciary, worth around 15 billion Mexican pesos, $820 million, in a move that has heightened tension between the government and judicial authorities. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has accused the judiciary of corruption and acting against the public interest. López Obrador has sought to make savings in government to help fund social programs, but critics fear his moves are an attempt to concentrate power. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degree World, here to bring you the latest news. Let's dive right in. In Indiana, the top sophomores in high school girls basketball are making a name for themselves. These talented athletes are already making waves and are surely ones to watch in the years to come. Moving on to the world of politics, it seems that Representative Tom Emmer's bid for Speaker of the House was short-lived, lasting only 4 hours. Late-night talk show hosts had a field day with this news, poking fun at Emmer's history and the chaotic situation in Washington. It's always entertaining to see how these hosts bring humor to even the most serious of situations. Sony and Honda's joint venture for electric vehicles might be looking to procure EV batteries from the United States. With Honda building a factory there, it makes sense for them to explore sourcing batteries locally. This is a positive development for the EV industry and shows the commitment to sustainability. In the ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel, Qatari mediators, along with the US, are pressing Hamas to release women and children held hostage in Gaza. The hope is for all hostages to be released as soon as possible. Qatar's direct line of communication with both sides makes it a valuable mediator in this situation. Hong Kong's property market is facing a slump, and property tax cuts are seen as a band-aid solution by analysts. While the city is making efforts to stimulate the market, experts believe that it won't be enough to reverse the downward trend in home prices. It will be interesting to see how the market evolves in the coming months. European shares experienced a decline due to mixed earnings reports and weakness in energy stocks. French luxury group Kering reported lower than expected sales, while Alphabet's cloud revenue missed estimates. On the positive side, Microsoft beat quarterly sales expectations. It's a mixed bag, but such fluctuations are part of the stock market game. The US has ordered an immediate halt to the export of some artificial intelligence chips to China. This move is part of the Biden administration's efforts to prevent certain countries from accessing advanced AI technology. While chip designer Nvidia is affected by these restrictions, they do not anticipate an immediate impact on their earnings. Finally, tensions between the Mexican government and judicial authorities have heightened as the Senate voted to terminate 13 trusts held for the judiciary. President López Obrador has accused the judiciary of corruption, but critics fear that this move is an attempt to concentrate power. It's a delicate situation that needs careful attention. And there you have it, folks. These are the latest news stories making waves today. Remember, it's important to stay informed and engaged with the world around us. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these news stories? Do you have any questions? Let the discussion begin. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.